Hi everybody, it's Carolyn with Carolina Crafting. If you'll just let me know when you hop on. Hope everybody's had a good day. If you'll just say hello when you hop on so I'll know you're there. Oh, Ann's here. Hi, Ann. How was your day? If you'll just say hello when you come on so I'll know you're there. And I've got a few people and we'll get started. I don't know about where y'all live, but here in North Carolina where I live, it rained. Oh yeah, Ann says rainy day, rainy all day. And we're actually having a cold snap. We're only in the 70s today, and we've been in the 90s and even some days right hanging out at 100. So today's been a rainy day, but a nice cool day too. If you'll just say hello when you join us so I'll know you're there. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold myself. I'm much better than I was. Sometimes it doesn't sound like it, but I am. So what do y'all think of the poinsettias? We're going to be making a card similar to this tonight. It's going to be the same design, but you'll see, we're going to do it just a little bit differently. There's a lot of die cutting on this card and just a little stamping. Do y'all like to die cut? Does everybody like die cutting? Oh, hi Shirley. Thank you for joining. We've not got started yet. I'm just hanging out here letting a few more people jump on. Shirley, do you have the poinsettia dies? Hi Nancy, thank you for joining. I'm going to wait just a couple minutes to see if we have anyone else, and then we'll get started. I think this is probably my favorite Christmas card I've made so far this year. Next week, I'm hoping to have some new products here. being a demonstrator, we get to see new products first and order them first. So I have a pre-order in for some Christmas products that's coming out in the catalog that is coming out in September. So hopefully it'll get here next week in time for me to make something with those, and you'll get a little sneak peek. Oh, Shirley says no, but she'll be ordering. I know when I see what other demonstrators do, or other projects people do, I decide I'm not going to get something. Then when I see it used, I'm like, okay, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking about this card, and then we'll make it. So I use the pretty poinsettia dies, and it does come with a stamp set, but I did not buy the stamp set. When I saw these poinsettia dies, I knew I wanted to make those, but I have a lot of stamps already that have poinsettias, and it had a few Christmas greetings on it too, but I just wasn't sure I wanted the stamp set, but I knew for sure I wanted the dies. So this is the card I made for us tonight. And as I said earlier, we're going to be using this same design, but putting a little different twist to it. And I'm going to bring it up a little closer. I don't know if you can tell, but on this background white piece, I used the Swirls of Magic embossing folder. And it came with the Frightfully Fun Sweet Collection. The stamp I used is from the Stitch Stocking stamp set. And then all the dies here for the poinsettia are from the pretty poinsettia dies. So I think first what we should do is make our poinsettias. So let me move this out of the way and bring in those dies. So it's 4 dies, and you'll then, well, for the petals it's 4 dies, and then you'll layer them together to make your poinsettia. Now this is one of the new Impressions dies, and I haven't played with my Impressions mat yet, but I decided that this was a good time to do it. So let me get out stuff to make my sandwich to run through the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. So even though these are the Impressions dies, you'll first cut them out just like you do your regular dies. So I'll make the normal sandwich that we have and get my dies laid on here. Okay, and let me get my machine out. Oops. You know, these plates get a little worn, so I have to oftentimes reposition mine because they want to move when I'm getting them in the machine. Alright, let me run it through. Okay. Now when you take them off, you actually would like for the cardstock to stay in your die, which one of mine's already come out, but we'll put them back. But you want it to stay in there like that. It seems like just this one, every time I do this one always comes out. Let's see. There, that's how it goes. Okay. So when you're running it through again, when you have one of these dies that you have used with the impressions mats, so let me just show you, since this one's already out, how it looks. It does emboss it. You can see the lines on here. But when you run it through with the embossing or with the impressions plate, it's almost like 3D embossing, the 3D embossing folders. Now let me figure out how I had that in here. There we go, like that. Okay, so for the sandwich you make with your impressions folder, let me move this over so I can bring this a little more into view. You use your main plate, which is plate 1, plate 2, and then you're going to put your dies in upside down so that the cutting part is up and you see your cardstock in there. And then I don't know if any of you've seen or done anything with the impressions plate yet, but it's just kind of a like rubbery plate that you place over it. And then on top of that, you use plate 4, which is what you usually do with your 3D embossing folders. And now we're just going to run it through. What paper are you using? This is Real Red cardstock. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm trying to check back and make sure I don't miss anything. But this is Real Red that I'm using. All right. And then when that one moved a little, but that's okay. But when you take them out, you can see that that detail on it is more spectacular now. Okay, I've got all my pieces out. Now I went ahead and did the rest of the die cutting so it wouldn't take as long to make the card. So let me get all my other pieces together here. And I'm going to use, so I don't get glue everywhere, my silicone mat to put mine together on. And you got to be really careful. That little joint right there tears real easy. Ask me how I know. Okay, let's see. Here's my other flower. And then I went ahead and die cut a couple of leaves as well and did the impressions folder with it. Okay, so to start building my poinsettia, first I want to just kind of curl the leaves a little. It just makes it look a little more realistic. So I'm just using my bone folder and very gently curling the tips of the paper or of the petals, just slightly. And this is how I tore one of mine doing this. So just instead of holding back here at that joint, hold the leaf while you're working on it so you don't tear that like I did on one of mine. But even if you tear one, you can still stick the petal back in and it'll work fine. Hi Carol, thank you for joining. All right, and then I just have my little one here to do. Okay, so this one with 4 petals is the biggest one, so I'm putting it on the bottom. And all you need is a little tiny drop of glue. And then you'll just kind of layer these how you think they should go. Another little tiny drop of glue. petals up here on top. Now, this also comes with a die to cut out a center for it. And it cuts out 2 teeny tiny pieces. If I can get a hold of them here. So, I'm going to add those as well. Little teeny tiny drop of glue. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. These are so small to pick up. And I'll put another tiny drop of glue. Oops. And these I just kind of want to make sure I don't stack them like where the little edges are lined up. It won't, you want to have them where they alternate. Oh, another Carol. Thank you. Carol from Michigan to join us. Thank you for joining us. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and make my second poinsettia for the card as well. So I'm going to take my petals in here and do the same thing. Just going to use my bone folder and kind of gently curl those edges of the petals. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, and my top little tiny leaves here. There we go. All right, put a little tiny drop of glue, and we'll start building this one. All right, and then these last few petals. And then let me bring the center in for this one. These are, for me, these are fun to make. Once you get all your die cutting done, they're so pretty. Wanting to attach to me instead of the card. There we go. Okay. Okay. And now what I thought about doing different on this one, on my sample card, I just use the cardstock and just regular paper. For this one, I wanted to make it a little bit shimmery. So I'm thinking I may go in and color some of these leaves a little on the edges or tips with my Wink of Stella. I just want it to have, I don't know, a little shimmer on this one and see how it looks. And I guess you could do this before you put your card together, but I figured not all of it's going to be showing anyways. So I just get it put together and then go over it with my Wink of Stella. And I already like it, I can tell you. I see the shimmer coming off of it. But be careful because mine's not dry. The glue's not dry, so you see I'm moving my petals a little bit here, trying to color it. And let me do the center some too. What do y'all think? Do you think the oh, and the green is Peaceful Pine. It's one of the new in colors. So if you do Wink of Stella, maybe you do want to do it, or wait till it dries before you start coloring. But in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and do mine. And then we'll let them dry a little bit before we actually get them on the card. I think I need to add a little more to this one. I squeezed a little bit too much and got a lot on the other one, so just add a little to this one so it'll match. I do like that Wink of Stella. And oh, you know what? I have the shimmer for the Peaceful Pine. Let's try the Peaceful Pine shimmer on it, on the leaves. Have any of you got the shimmer brushes yet? Or got to use them yet? And I did die cut 2 of these for my card. And just trying to make sure I get them nice and shimmery, glistening. I really think I'm gonna like this one better than the first one with all the shine and sparkle to it. Seems like I'm messing around the edges some. Oh, Michelle, they're on your wish list. And Shirley, yeah, I'm hoping they come out. I'm thinking they may. I'm hoping they come out with more colors too. All right. I think I'll leave it at that. And I could have, if I had thought about it, but I've already used my Wink of Stella. I guess I could have gone in and used the Golden Glow for the center. That's the color in the center is the new Golden Glow. And I got all of those shimmer markers for the new in colors, and they are really pretty. Okay, so let me move this aside and let it dry just a little bit while we start doing some other things for our card. First I'm going to stamp my greeting, which I use, as I said, from the Stitch Stockings, Merry Christmas to You and Yours. And the dies I used for the greeting here are the Stylish Shapes, the circles from the Stylish Shapes. I cut one that fit my greeting, and then I cut one just a little bit bigger to mat that on. Okay. Carol says it reminds her of Frost. Yes. Oh, Oh, the other Carol says she's a demonstrator. 21 years. Wow. I've not been there quite that long. I've been a demonstrator about 15 years. All right, so I'm bringing in Real Red for my card base, and it's just a regular A2 card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then for this one, instead of using the white background and embossing it in the Swirls of Magic, I thought I might use the Shimmering Stripes paper, since I wanted this to be kind of a shimmer card. You know what? My card base isn't straight. Let me fix that before I start doing anything else. There we go. So I'll just glue this down in the center here. Okay. And then we can start adding our pieces in. So the first thing, I just kind of put this and played with my poinsettias to make sure I could fit them all on the card, since they're the big kind of focal pieces. And once I kind of figured out how they would kind of fit together here, because I didn't want it to cover up my Merry Christmas. So something sort of like this. Well, let's see. That one's not quite all the way on there. Mine aren't good dry either, so I'm trying to be careful so I don't tear them up while I'm trying to place them. And they're a little tacky too, so they're sticking to me. Okay, so that'll kind of work. So I'm going to glue down my greeting first. Just kind of pop it back in here amongst my poinsettias. And then I used one of these and just glued it across the bottom, but being sure, again, not to cover up my Merry Christmas. Oh, Shirley, thank you. That's a compliment when somebody wants to case my card. And Carol says it would make pretty gift tags to put these poinsettias, make some gift tags. Okay, and then I'll glue my first poinsettia down here at the bottom. Just put some glue on there. Can't remember how I had it. Maybe like that. Just trying to make sure I fit them all on the card, but don't cover up my greeting. For my other two pieces of greenery, I just snipped this. My scissors. Here we go. I just snipped this and had 3 leaves at the top and 3 at the bottom. And then I placed one down here beside my flower at the bottom. before it had a chance to really get good and dry. For the glue did, just sneak in under there. And then for the poinsettia here at the top of the card, I put it on dimensionals. Let's see. I think I put mine back in the drawer. I did. Okay. So for that one, I'm just going to turn it over and put 3 dimensionals in the center here. Now, I think a couple of you that are watching may be coming to my class on Saturday. I do have some in-person classes. Would you want to make this card? Would it be one you're interested in making? And let's see, I'll just decide how I want to place this one. And then I'll pop in that greenery at the top. There we go. Now, now I wanted to make this one, like I said, shimmery. So are we done, or should I add some rhinestones to it? Anne says yes, she wants to make it in class. Okay. Do you want to do the shimmery one or the first sample? Let me get some rhinestones out and see if I think I want them on there or not. Or we could do the metallic ones. No, I think I like rhinestones better. I've got a little sheet of just some small ones that I've got left here. I wonder if I sprinkle those around. Yeah, I think I like the rhinestones. I tend to like bling on my cards. What about you guys? All right, so there's our cards from tonight. Do you like the one without shimmer or the one with shimmer? Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. Shimmer or no shimmer? What do you guys think? Shimmer or no with? Okay, I'm getting with. I think I do too. I like the shimmer myself. And then I haven't put an inside piece yet because, like I said, I didn't get the stamp set that went with this, but I have new Christmas stamps coming in. So I want to see what all I've got on those before I do an inside to them. But they'll have something on the inside as well once I get finished making them completely. All right. Oh, Christine says she likes both, but shimmer. Thank you. Well, I appreciate everybody watching and joining me tonight. I've had so much fun with my Christmas in July series. We've got one more Thursday in July to go. So next Thursday, like I said, if I get my pre-order items in, maybe we'll be looking at something brand new that'll be coming out in September in the new catalog bin. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next Thursday. Hope you're having a good evening. Bye-bye.